Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to talk about venomous and poisonous fishes. It's an easy topic, relatively easy topic in chordates. So let's do that. So what is the difference between venom and poison? The main difference, although at times we think the venom and poison are synonyms, what is the difference between venom and poisonous? So venom is when the toxin substance is injected. It is injected into the skin or any other part of our body, then it is venom. But poison is all those toxic substances that has been ingested, that we have eaten, or any other organism had eaten the toxic substances and gone to our stomach. That kind of toxic substance is called poison, right? So venomous animals often possess a specialized body part like fangs, spines, stingers, barbs, and other generally sharp and unpleasant stools that allow the animal to puncture the skin of their opponent to inject the venom. And of course, I told venom is injected, right? Venom is injected into the skin. It needs to be injected. So venom, for that injection, for that toxic substance, for the venom to be injected, they need specialized specialized body parts like fangs, spines, stingers, barbs, etc. to puncture the skin, right? The next is, of course, that once the animal breaks the skin, a rush of venom travels from the gland that stores the toxin in a process called envenomation. For example, if this is the sting and this is the venom gland, when envenomation is the process when this venom comes out through this spine, right? So then what we have to do is that poisonous animals, on the other hand, coat part of their body in a toxic substances, so they are harmful to touch or eat. Some animals create and secrete their own poison, while others gain their poison by eating toxic prey. So like I said, poison is that toxin that needs to be ingested to act, right? It needs to be eaten. So the poisonous fishes, if this is a poisonous fish, it's cover its body by poison, right? By toxic substance, it covers its body. So if another fish or human being or any other animal eats it or touches it, that animal would be affected by eating or touching. So some animals create and secrete their own poison, while others gain their poison by eating a toxic prey. So, many poisonous animals use the toxin for defense rather than offense. It is a way to dissuade predators from the eating them. So, of course, if a fish covers itself in poison, either by secreting the poison on itself by poisonous gland or by eating another toxic prey and covering using its toxin on its body, so that other fishes, it uses it as an off, it in defense, right? For defense, they use the toxin for defense. Poison is used in defense, that no other animal actually eats them, right? It is used as an offense. Now example is puffer fish contains enough tetrodotoxin to kill 30 people. So puffer fish, a kind of fish that has enough poison called tetrodotoxin to kill 30 people. Now poisonous organs. So the glandular organs that contain toxin have the same basic structure with some variation in the different species. Any specialized gland in some fishes and amphibians that secrete mucus-like substances containing venomous or poisonous material. Now poison gland occurrences. The poisonous gland may occur in cartilaginous fishes as well as in bony fishes. Now in cartilaginous fishes, it occurs in the skin. In cartilaginous fish, it occurs in the skin, but in bony fishes, these glands are associated with spines on the fins, tails, and gill cover. Right. So the poison gland of fishes are simple or branch structures which use holocrine method of secreting a mucus-like substances. So the poison gland uses holocrine method, right? So holocrine method is what? It is a mode of secretion in some exocrine glands. So it is a method of producing poison where exocrine glands are used, in which plasma membrane ruptures, releasing the cell cytoplasm into the lumen of the gland. So when poison is need to be released, what they do is that the nearby cells plasma membrane ruptures, and the cell cytoplasm come inside the lumen of the poison gland. They secrete a venom that when injected by puncture into a man may be painful or rarely lethal. So poison is something that needs to be ingested to be harmful. Now if a poison is injected into somebody, it can rarely be lethal, right? So these poisonous glands use of protective devices. The venom in the bottom dwelling fishes by killing the bacteria that try to invade their skin. Now, venomous fishes. These fishes usually found and confronted in the water of coastal regions. They utilize camouflage by partially submerging in themselves in the sand. Now, the main kinds of stinging or venomous fishes are stingrays, catfishes, stonefishes, toadfish. These are venomous fishes, right? All these are venomous fishes which inject their poison. So, structure of venom apparatus. Venom apparatus, for example, in stingray. So, the stingray venom apparatus consists of a caudal appendage, the spine enveloped in an integumentary sheath. So, the spine is integumented in a sheath, a venomous gland, and the cuneiform area below the spine. The spine in the venom structure is bilaterally retrocerate, right, and covered with an integumentary sheath and composed of two layers, an inner vasodentine and thinner outer layer of enamel like tooth. So there are number of shallow longitudinal furrows in the surface of the spine where they are most clearly seen at its base. The dentations at the two margins of the spine with which medial grooves known as ventrolateral glandular groove. So these grooves are present on the spine of the stingray. Now the epidermis will rupture when the sting will come onto its prey. The epidermis of the prey will rupture under the pressure, and when the spine enters the body of the victim and resulted in damage to the stingray epidermis, further traumatization of the recipient's wound and secretion of the envenomation of poison inside the wound. Right, so this is the process how envenomation occur. This is the victim. For example, if it is a victim, right, and the sting will put a pressure on it and rupture it and go inside, and when it will go inside, the envenomation would occur and the poison would come along through this into the and enter into the wound. And this is a drawing showing this is a drawing showing the gross anatomy of a typical stingray sting, right? So if you put your feet on like this, the sting here and it would enter. So the stingrays. The stingray is a flat, kite-shaped animal with gill slits under the conjoint head and body. You can see the stingray here. This is conjoint head and body, and uh, the sting is somewhere here. The sting must be somewhere here, like this. So anyway, so the gill slit are under the head and body. They have long tail. You can see the long tail. This one with one or more long hard barbed spines. This is one spine and there could be another spine, right? So there are many different species of stingrays and eagle rays, some of very large size, but all can inflict very painful wound, and the spine is difficult to remove because of its barbs. They are good to eat, but the tail with its spine should be chopped off or cut off before the fish is handled. Now symptoms. If the stingray injects its venom into someone, so what are the symptoms? Local pain, intense and can cause moderate to severe complications such as nausea, vomiting, salivation, sweating, respiratory depression, convulsions, edema, and ischemic necrosis. So these are the symptoms. Now, after stingray, we have to study about the catfish. Catfish is another venomous fish. Catfishes are characterized by the barbels or cat whiskers. You can see these whiskers. This is why they are called catfish. Generally 6 to 8 in number. The whiskers are, or the barbels are 6 to 8 in number, which protrude around the mouth. You can see in all these fishes around the mouth, the barbels are protruding. They have no scales on their body. The dorsal and pectoral fins are generally armed with the venomous serrated. So these dorsal fins you can see on all of these, the dorsal fin, the pectoral fins, these and these are the ones which are armed with venomous serrated spines. Right? So in this picture down below, in this picture you can see what is actually happening. The pectoral fin is injecting the poison into the victim. So when a spine enters potential predator, the integument surrounding the venom gland cells is destroyed, releasing the venom into the wound. So for example, if this is the venom gland, right, and now envenomation have to occur, the spine had entered into the wound. So what happens? The cells around it are destroyed, right? The cells around this gland is destroyed, and so the venom is directly released into the wound. The venom structure. The venom gland in catfish are located on dorsal spine and on the spines of two pectoral fins. Right, so on the dorsal spine and on the pectoral fins, the venom gland are present. They have axillary venom glands and no dorsal and pectoral fin barbels to inflict envenomation. The fins are composed of sharp, retrose teeth that can lacerate the skin, increasing the exposure and absorption of venom. So the fins are also helps in the envenomation. How? They have sharp retrose teeth which lacerate the skin, cuts into the skin, increasing the exposure and absorption of venom. Right. Now these serration extend the basal third of the spine to the tip. Catfish venom is shown to display neurotoxic and hemolytic properties. So catfish venom is neurotoxic and hemolytic and can produce a variety of additional effects such as severe pain, ischemia, muscle spasm, respiratory distress. Right. Now, catfish envenomation manifests a local intense pain, edema, erythema, paleness, occasionally cutaneous necrosis. All kind of symptoms can be seen. So, these are pictures of some of the catfishes. A bronze catfish, a giant catfish called as Newtima thalassina, spotted catfish, Aries malaticus. All have barbels and the dorsal spine. You can see very big dorsal spines that are actually venomous, and these pectoral spines as well. These pectoral spines, the pectoral spines. Now, when venomous scorpenoid fishes are stone fishes. So we studied about the catfishes, the stingrays, and now about stone fishes, which are also venomous. So among the most dangerous venomous fishes, the members of family Scorpidae, which are called the stone fishes. They are slow moving animals and are widely distributed in tropical and temperate shallow waters. As you can see, these are the stone fishes, some of the picture of stone fishes. Right, so these are extremely slow moving and generally bottom dwellers. The fishes prefer hiding near rocks, reefs, under plants, which are enhancing factor to human accidents. Careless fish handling or the fish being stepped on will lead to release of the venom from poisonous gland into the wound. Now, morphology of venom apparatus of Scorpenidae fishes. So you can see there are three types of venom organs in scorpion fishes, or known as the stone fishes, which differ in their structure and are found in the three genera Pterosis, Scorpienia, and Synanchesa. So Pterosis and Scorpienia are generally similar. Their venom gland is similar, right? You can see an sharp integumented sheath, the venom gland inside it. But Synanchesa is a bit different. Its structure is different and it had many spines upon it. and the venom gland lies in between. While the venom, it has a long venom duct, right? So the mechanism of envenomation. There are two mechanism envenomations, and by applied by different species of scorpion fishes. The victim either gets a stab from the spine by mishandling the fish, or through removing them from the net or hook, or by unwary stepping on the dorsal sting of a stonefish. Now the scorpenoid venom. The scorpenoid venom is unstable protein with molecular weight of 150,000 kilodalton and can be denatured by heat, and characteristic is used in treatment, right? So the stonefish's venom can be destroyed by heat. So if someone is stung by it, this characteristic by heat, that it is tried to be treated. The symptoms: venom can cause sharp throbbing pain which can continue for several hours. Skin around the wound may become swollen red, hot. Gangrene will follow subsequently as a result of secondary bacterial infection. Systemic failure includes cardiac failure, delirium, convulsions, nervous disturbances. Victims may have a primary shock accompanied with faintness, weakness, nausea, loss of consciousness, rapid weak pulse, low blood pressure, respiratory distress. Toadfishes. So let's see about toadfishes. So they belong in the family Batrachoridae, which is the only family in order Batrachoriformes. They're small, medium-sized fishes, easily recognized by their characteristic shape, with a large, broad, flattened head. As you can see, large, broad, flattened head, often with barbels or fleshy flaps around their large mouths. You can see there must be barbels or fleshy flaps around the mouth. Spines are present in the orbicle and the suborbital. Right, so you can see the dorsal sting and pectoral sting, right? Dorsal sting and the pectoral sting. A thorough study of the venom in toadfishes has been limited to the venoms of fishes of Batrachoridae family. Proteomic and transcriptomic approaches on the toadfish venom revealed the identity of the major toxin in its family of new protein displaying kinosogenase activity and natarins. So these show kinosogenase activity in the natarins, the toadfish's venom. Now, tetrodotoxin and the toadfish venom is one of the most dangerous poison known to man. Right, we have studied in the first slide that the puffer fish has so much tetrodotoxin that it could kill 30 people. Now, symptoms are envenoming. Symptoms by toadfish venom are readily evident, including local edema, erythema, severe pain, followed by intense necrosis and markedly insufficient healing response. So this is the picture drawing showing the left opercular sting of Thalassophorina dowi. Now, poisonous fishes. We have studied about all kind of venomous fishes, including the toadfish, stingrays, catfishes, etc. Now we talk about the poisonous fishes. So due to the poison glands in the fishes become poisonous. Right, so poisonous fishes have poison glands, but they have no fangs or stings or any kind of that kind of tool to inject venom, right? Because these are poisonous fishes. These toxins of poisons need to be ingested. They contain toxins which are not destroyed by digestive system of animals that eat the fish. So these poisonous fishes have some kind of poison inside them or outside their body, which could not be destroyed by our digestive system, right? So some of the poisonous fishes are the porcupine fish. So this is the porcupine fish. You can see these fish have their body beset with long spines and have only two teeth in jaw instead of four, forming a parrot-like beak. They are very poisonous food. So you can see this is the porcupine fish, and the body is beset with so long spines and have a very um, mm, you know a very toxic poison inside them. Now boxfish is the kind of poisonous fish, family Ostraconidae, Several species of this family have been listed as poisonous. Whole of the fish's head and body is immovable, encased in a bony box. So you can see this, it cannot move its head or its body because it's encased in a bony structure, in a bony square structure, and that's because it's called a box fish. And is many of this family fishes are very poisonous. Now goldfish or red mullet. So family Mullidae, the goldfish or red mullet, these have two feelers or barbules hanging from the chin of the goldfish, render it easy to identify. The flesh is edible and delicious. You can see two barbels are hanging beneath his chin. So this is goldfish, but it has been found in Hawaii that eating the brain is followed by mental paralysis. So if someone eats its brain, it could lead to mental paralysis. So it's so poisonous. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe.